This presentation was created by the Horry County Democratic Party. Our intent is to educate eligible voters in Horry County on voter registration requirements and how you can safely vote in the June 9th, 2020 primary election. Voting is your right and your responsibility. Let's look at who can register to vote. You must be a resident of South Carolina, 18 years of age or older, and you must not be declared mentally incompetent. You must also not currently be incarcerated. However, if you have done your time, you can vote. Now that you meet the voting criteria, let's look at how to register if you are new to South Carolina. There are 3 ways: in person at the voter registration office in Conway, via mail, or online. If you have previously registered in South Carolina, but you are not currently active in the system, request a reinstatement as an active voter at the voter registration office in Conway. You can register to vote anytime. However, if you want to vote in a specific election, your registration request must be received or postmarked 30 days or more before that election. The deadline for the June 9th primary was May 9th. Don't let anyone deprive you of your right to vote. Now that you're registered, make sure everything is in order by going to www.scvotes.org. Verify your name and address are correct. Note there have been changes to some polling locations for this election, so make sure you verify where you will be doing in-person voting. If you want to know who the candidates are before going to the polls, you can download a sample ballot when you check your registration. You can also request one from the voter registration office. Women need to get out and vote. There are 3 ways to vote in South Carolina: at your polling place on the day of the election, in-person absentee at voter registration, or by mail-in absentee. HCDP reminds everyone that your safety comes first. When voting on any voting machine, follow the CDC recommendations and make use of devices provided for the touchscreen if they're available. When voting in person, practice social distancing and be mindful if you are in close contact with poll workers. Use hand sanitizer or wash your hands thoroughly after using the voting machine. Utilize curbside voting if you are eligible. All in-person voting, whether at your polling place or at the voter registration office, requires a photo ID with an address that matches the voter roll. The poll manager can help you if you need to vote a provisional ballot. Check to see if you are eligible for in-person absentee or mail-in absentee voting. You must meet at least one of the criteria listed on this slide or the next to vote absentee. Due to concerns about the coronavirus pandemic, anyone can apply for a mail-in absentee ballot for a state of emergency reason. Select option 18 when completing your application. This applies only to the June 9th primary, and a witness signature is still required when voting by mail-in absentee. If you meet the absentee voting requirements and you want to vote in-person absentee, voting starts 30 days prior to the election. For the June 9th primary, you can vote at the voter registration office in Conway starting May 4th up to 5 p.m. on June 8th. Voting is so important. When voting mail-in absentee, You must submit an application to have a ballot mailed to you. Applications can be picked up at voter registration, downloaded online, or by calling, faxing, or emailing the voter registration office. Make sure you provide all the required information on your application request to avoid rejection. Once the application is approved, a ballot packet will be sent to the address you provided. Follow the instructions provided in the mail-in absentee voting packet, and most importantly, make sure you and a witness sign the return envelope in the space provided. No witness signature means your vote will not count. When sending in your ballot, make sure it is postmarked no later than the day of the election. Ballots can also be returned in person by you or someone you have designated to the voter registration office. Mail-in absentee ballots cannot be accepted at your polling location. Due to the uncertainty of our current situation, it is important to keep up on any changes that may occur before the June 9th primary and the November 3rd general election. Go to the HCDP website or www.scvotes.org for current information before heading out to the polls. As HCDP Chair Don Kahn says, this is the most consequential election of our lifetime. Exercise your right to vote, and please be safe.